One more thing we should understand, that differentiable function is always continuous. Suppose the function is differentiable at particular point a, it is also continuous at that point. If suppose if differentiable at that point, it means that f dash of a exists. F dash of a means f of x minus f of divided by because x tends to a. This is what the definition means. Whenever x is very close to the a, what is the value of this? And if you divide it, that you can get. If you want to find out that ratio, you can get a ratio. We need to prove this one. If it is there, then it is. We can say that it is continuous. First, we have to take this identity, and then f of x minus f of a is equal to f of x minus f of a divided by x minus a into x minus a. If you take the limit on both the sides as x tends to a, this quantity becomes f dash of a, and this becomes 0. Ultimately, what we can get, limit of f of x as x tends to a is equal to f of a. This is what a definition of continuity. Hence, if the differentiable is continuous, this is what we can easily prove. Okay, one more thing we should understand, why log is defined only for 0 to infinity. Why it does not include 0 and negative numbers. See what happens. We know that if I see, I'm not taking base here, we taken to the base 10 here. If I say log x is equal to y, it means that 10 raised to y is equal to x. This is what we can log means. Okay. Now, if suppose x is less than 0, what happens? Means if it is this x is less than 0, it means 10 raised to y is equal to minus 5. Why I am telling this? Not defined here. Why I am telling you? Log of negative number is not, why it is defined? If suppose x is, log x is equal to, if you take some negative number, log of negative number, it means that 10 raised to y is some negative number. But here, keep in mind, for any y number, you cannot get negative, because 10 raised to 10, you can get 10 raised to 1000 minus 10, you can get tiny positive numbers. Therefore, 10 raised to any power always gives a positive number. Therefore, log of negative number is undefined. Very simple logic. Then next question is, log y is undefined. Why? Because if I say log 0, if I say that if I take x is 0, means is equal to y, then 10 raised to y is equal to 0 here. See here, if I say 0, you take any value, you cannot define, you cannot get what we can say. Any value of y, you cannot get the value is equal to tends to exactly equal to 0. Because if you take y is equal to 1, y is equal to, you can take something 0, you can get 1. Not a possible. If you take minus 1, it will going to tend to 0. Minus 10, minus. But as if you goes to infinity, then only you can tends to 0. But minus infinity is not defined here. Therefore, you can say that only possibility is, it is not defined at x is equal to 0. It is only defined at x is greater than 0. Therefore, you can say that x is defined for 0 to infinity, open interval of 0 comma x. Okay, because whenever if I say, if somewhat log x is equal to 0, if I take it, then x you can say that means if you take log 0 is equal to y, you can get it, means 10 raised to y is equal to 0. For what value of y becomes 0? Such number does not exist here. Exactly, it may tend, but minus infinity you can get 10 to 0. Such number does not exist. Therefore, we cannot say like that. Okay, this is some we can just, with that basic understanding, the log x is, I can say that, is defined in this interval, open interval of 0 comma infinity. We say that it is always continuous in that interval. If I say, see here, limit of f of x is x tends to a is equal to log a, we need to prove. If I say this function is continuous in that case, where a belongs to a is greater than 0, then you can say that we have to prove that. What you can take, simply x tends to a here. X tends to a means somewhat x is equal to a plus h, where h is x tends to a means we have h tends to 0. Then this becomes limit of f of limit of log x as x tends to a. This becomes limit of log of a plus h as h tends to 0. We need to show log a. You take left hand this one, limit of log of a plus h as h tends to 0. What happens in this case? We can rewrite this one a. If you take common outside in this case, this becomes limit of log of a into 1 plus h by a. The using the logarithm rule, log of mn is equal to log of m plus log of n. Can same thing we can apply here. This can be realized limit of log of a plus log of 1 plus h by a as h tends to 0. This becomes, I can say that, log a. The left hand becomes, this value becomes log a. Therefore we conclusion, this is what the definition of the continuity, therefore which is continuous at every point a is greater than 0. This is what we can say. This is the basic things we should understand before going to that. Okay.